The theory that the Bible was written to control the masses is about the most inane, insane, ignorant thing that one could say about Holy Writ. And I do not attempt to be condescending by using those terms. Ignorance just means you do not know. But to the contrary, the Bible is one of the most liberating, if not the most liberating, books that's been written to the oppressed. The issue is not the Bible. The issue might be your failure to correctly interpret it. The Bible says things like Jesus does in John chapter 8, verse 36. If the Son sets you free, you are free indeed. Galatians chapter 2, verse 19, Paul says, pertaining to the law, I am dead to the law, which means I am not under the control of the state. Matthew 16 and 18, Jesus says, upon this rock I'll build my church, and the gates of hell, which are fortresses to keep the church out, he says, will not prevail or will not prevent the church from permeating it. Ephesians 6 and 12, Paul says, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And if you studied that, you would know that every one of that represents some hierarchy of political or religious power. And Paul says that's who we're wrestling against. But Jesus says in Matthew 17 and 20 that if we had faith as a grain of mustard seed, we could say to this mountain, be removed. And in essence, it says it would commit suicide in the sea. But what is this mountain? This mountain represents kingdoms. And Jesus was pointing specifically to one. If you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, you can speak to this kingdom and it will commit suicide in the sea. That's liberation, not oppression. So learn the book.